Good morning readers. I, Harish Budhu, warmly welcome you to my channel. Learn as much as possible from my handwritten articles.
Appeal to readers. This the 15th of September, 2020. This fifth letter to Reverend Cardinal Piat is yet another attempt to raise the alarm on the desperate plight of the Creole community. Our aim is to force the hands of the Church and the government to act quickly, and the Prime Minister can make history by forcing the hand of the Creole community every year. Reverend Cardinal Piat. A. It is the fifth letter addressed to Your Holiness. Warm welcome. We have already spelt out in detail the implications of the whys and the wherefores of the series. No need to repeat them again. Anyway, best wishes for a great day. B. But, first, this is for the attention of our own readers and YouTube listeners. We had highlighted 34 English expressions yesterday. Facebook readers are requested to share the papers with their friends. We never forget the essentials. We look at both sides of the coin, positive and negative, heads and tails, rose and thorns, ups and downs, half full and half empty, bright and dark, present and past, and you name it. The views, reporting and blow-by-blow accounts are all quite finely balanced. Yesterday's paper is clear proof. Anyhow, we thank all our Facebook and YouTube friends for their understanding and judgment. Maintain the good standards, protect them. We are proud. C. That 1837 £1.9 million compensation money to Mauritius Commercial Bank should be refunded to the children of slaves. 1. We briefly referred to that issue yesterday, page 1, 9, 10 and 11. This morning, some respected historians confirmed that money transfer from the colonial power, in 1837. Mauritius Commercial Bank was founded 1 year later with that, then considerable amount of money. At school certificate level, I failed maths but passed all my other main subjects. Hence, I will leave it up to mathematicians and accountants to calculate what that incredibly large sum is worth today. For certain it is many thousands of billions. In the 1950s, my mother was earning 2.25 rupees per day's work. Just think over. Maybe 2 cents in 1837. And today, a laborer is earning some 400 rupees per day. Compare. Unimaginable. To now consider the following points, though they are picked at random and do not indicate any order of chronology or priority. A. Give credit to Silvio Michel. He is the only Creole leader and member of the Legislative Assembly to have had the courage to raise that Mauritius Commercial Bank compensation issue. He was isolated by the Catholic Church and its mercenary press, and by the government and opposition politicians. All were dancing to the tune of Mauritius Commercial Bank. The Catholic Church was, and is, silent because the then Mauritius Commercial Bank directors were also the controllers of the church. They did not mix, associate, socialize or fraternize with the poor creoles, their own coreligionists. Tolerated by the church. It is still so in many quarters. B. Well, it hurts. For sure. You people were, and are still only interested in their sheer weight of numbers. We have constantly asked Muslims and Hindu religious leaders to learn from the church. Politicians are not allowed to address religious gatherings. It is a welcome break. In 1968, the party militant Social Democrat and private sector leaders addressed church gatherings. No longer now. Learn a lesson or two from the Chinese, Muslim and Hindu communities. All sections meet, mix, socialize and fraternize. Bitter truth, Creoles are still being segregated, looked down, discriminated against, sidelined, utilized, etc. Now is the time to integrate them fully. C. Any proof? History tells us that in the past, Pere Laval was badly beaten by the church's administrators for helping and living with creoles, plus Adolphe de Plevitz had also met the same cruel fate, plus black people were not allowed inside the church. Requiem Mass for the dead was said outside the church buildings, plus front benches were solely reserved for the Mauritius commercial bank and private sector managers and their likes, plus very few Creole children were admitted into the Catholic churches. 5-star schools. It is even so today, with the 50% reserved quota plus Hindus, and Paul Berenger became prime ministers. Why has the Catholic Church not groomed Creole priests for the top job in the church? Plus the Catholic Church led the Creoles to the educational slaughterhouse on the language issue, plus the church had expelled indiciating, diverting or distracting attention, each and every time they were faced with internal, serious hydra-headed problems, and accused the majority community, forgetting that 3 of their own fingers were staring in horror but at themselves. We stop here today. All said and done, the church should now respect the Creole community. We are but inspiring you to do so. Do not toy with their huge numbers, 28%. Here is another painful truth. I have known and worked with most of the main Creole leaders since the 1960s, Gaëtan Duval, Xavier Duval, Paul Berenger, Silvio Michel, Elysia Francois, etc. The last 2 were the most genuine ones. Silvio excelled. But the 1960s racists journalists butchered him. Look around all the political parties, they have made the same mistakes of the church. Only a tiny minority can mix with the poor Creoles. The party Militant Social Democrate is made up of only one family. Look at the appointments now. The Creoles are victimized. All said, where are the 4 representatives of Father Gregoire in the movement Social Militant Government? Can Creoles find themselves in a Calendavalu or Obigadou? Your answer could well be that of mine. History says that in 1983, I gave up the post of Deputy Prime Minister in favor of Gaëtan Duval. And in 2003, I was again the one who had paved the way for Paul Berenger to accede to the supreme post of Prime Minister. Symbols count a lot. And we did it before Obama. Long story short, both the church and politicians have exploited Creoles. Sad truth. Appeal to the Prime Minister. Take up that Mauritius commercial bank compensation issue. First, talk to them. If they do not listen, legislate to force them. Every year, they should invest a few billions in the development of the Creole community. We all owe them a lot. Let them breathe. To be continued.
Keep reading, keep learning. Like and subscribe for more thrilling articles. Thank you for watching.